If you're looking for some gift ideas for your kids, then listen in as I share what I got my kids for Christmas. Now, we have tried to simplify holidays around here, and shopping early, like October early, and getting all the gifts wrapped and ready has been our go-to strategy move to kind of keep the holiday craziness to a minimum. I'm a bit behind this year, but I am still on track. I kind of need some parameters when taking on our Christmas list. Of course, we start with our budget, but that is too open-ended for me, and I need some way to focus in on what would really be useful and beneficial and not fall into the trap of creating more clutter to manage. This year, I created categories to simplify our gifts for each of the children. Now, there are 8 of these categories. Having categories made it super easy for me as it left me to only fill in the gift for each of the categories. Our 8 categories are something to wear, something to read, something useful, something fun, something to create, and to eat, plus a family gift and one for the farm. I really focused in on items that would have lasting value to our everyday, not just gadgets and things, to add clutter, and that they wouldn't lose interest in a matter of days. I just used the notepad on my phone for this. I put in each of the children's names, then underneath the name, I put all the categories. So as I thought of a gift or found something on their wish list to fit a specific criteria, then I just typed that in to the next appropriate category. Back in September, I had the kids each give me a list, which really helped kind of give me an idea of what they had their eyes on. These categories sure made things easy on me this year. They were kind of a needed boundary for my mom brain to keep me focused and on track, thinking of gifts that would be useful throughout the entire year to come, and to not jump into that cycle of bringing random things into the house and then having to manage more stuff. Are you ready to see what we got? Oh, and by the way, this is a collaboration with Wendy from Plan Prep Pray and lots of other mamas. So when you're done with this video, be sure and go check out that playlist. It's going to be linked down in the description box. Hey, I'm Anna. I'm a mama to 6 living with a chronic illness that has forced me to create simple solutions for everyday tasks, and I want to share them with you and other mamas because we're all just making it work. If this sounds like a space you would like to be a part of, hit that subscribe button and let's stay connected. I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go by categories for you, and then I will share the age of our children that we are getting it for. So my first category is something to wear. And this is for our daughter. She is a cowgirl through and through, so she actually had her eye on this Ariat hat. So she's gonna be super thrilled about that. At our 16-year-old daughter, a smartwatch. That's also something that she had her eye on. Remember, I gave the kids a list back in September. So some of these is what I went off of. So this is a smartwatch that she had picked out. Okay, now this one is for my 14-year-old boy. I don't know, it's a little out there, but it is a white hoodie that he had. Actually, his cousin has one of these, and of course he just had to have it. All of this stuff I'm going to try to link in the description box below. I mean, it's out there. It's great. He's super happy. For our 8-year-old daughter, found a pair of Chacos for her. These are actually brand new, but I found them at a used children's store. So we live on a farm, so a lot of the stuff that you're going to see here is going to be geared towards our lifestyle. And so we kind of live in these when we go down to the creek or just slipping them on to go outside. So kind of with that same idea in mind, our 5-year-old son had his eye on some hiking boots. So these I actually found at Walmart. So these are super practical, but also something that he really wanted. Now, for our 2-year-old, something to wear, I cannot find. I have dug through everything. I know they came in, but it's a pair of slippers. So it gets cold here over the winter, and I found him a super cute pair of slippers. I have no idea where they are, but I know that they're here. So I'm not quite panicking, but I don't have them to show you. The next category is something to read. And for our 18-year-old daughter, I found this horse devotional. She lives and breathes horses, so I figured something like this would really speak to her. So I'm very anxious for her to see this. For our 16-year-old daughter, this is a book that she actually had her eye on. This is called Bound. It's kind of a how-to book on making handmade books. She's been doing a lot of leather work, and this is kind of her favorite guide, and so she wanted to have her own copy so she doesn't have to keep borrowing from the library. So she's going to be pretty pumped about this. Now for our 14-year-old son, he actually gets 2 books. One is a blank comic book, so you can draw your own comics, and he's super creative, and sometimes he and his friend will will take turns drawing the different frames of the comic. And so I think this will be something really fun for him. And he is big time into Lego, and he has been wanting this book. We love these what is or who is books. So this will be something that he'll be pretty pumped about as well. This is for our 9-year-old daughter, and she gets her own Bible. I'm going to cover up her name up there, but it is a really pretty purple Bible. This is purple is her favorite color, and she's going to be so excited about having her very own Bible. This is for our 5-year-old son. It is a search and find, write, wipe, and learn book. So it has all these stickers in here. So basically you can use this as a search and find book, but then clean it off and do it all over again, or where it can be used for multiple children. So this is some fun activity that I think he'll really enjoy. And so I think this is something that not only he, but some of the other children will really enjoy doing together, or as he outgrows this, he'll be able to pass on to another child. Now, last but not least, I do actually have the book for our 2-year-old. This is a Noisy Trucks book. Listen to this. So basically, he can just look throughout the book and then find where to push the button and to find the sound. Let's see. So I saw this and I thought that would be super cute. Just something fun for him to look at and kind of an interactive toy for him. The next category is something to use, and I'll start with our 18-year-old daughter again. Got her a flat iron. I got her very own flat iron. It just seems like all of us are getting ready at the same time, and it gets a little crowded in the bathroom, and sometimes we're having to wait on one another. So I got her her own flat iron. Okay, this one seems a little excessive, but I got a really good deal on it. This is a Keurig K Compact, and I got it for $29 at a Amazon return store. It is brand new. It hasn't even been taken out of the box, but the box is damaged. So I'm going to assume that that is why it was the discounted price. So this is for our 16-year-old daughter who loves coffee, and our coffee pot broke. And so when I saw this, it's been months back, I knew that this is what we definitely had to get for her. This is for our 14-year-old boy. It is a King Max 10-in-1 multi-tool. So this is something that he asked for. It has a heavy duty blade, pliers and wire cutters, 9-in-1 screwdriver set. This is something that he had his eye on, and I think will be super useful while we are working around our property, and it's just kind of a handy something to have. I got some unicorn headphones for our 9-year-old daughter. Sometimes she does computer work, and I thought this might be something special for her. I actually got this at a Five Below store. If you're not familiar with those, everything in the store is $5 or less. So this is something that I picked up for her that is useful when she is doing her schoolwork. The 5 and the 2-year-old are actually going to share their useful gift. I found ABC window clings, and then I also found different modes of transportation, cars and trucks and monster trucks and dirt bikes and all of that. This is something that they can play with together on the windows in our house, because our windows are actually, they go almost all the way to the floor. So it is the perfect height for them just to enjoy playing those together. I'm always looking for things that those two can do together since they're the closest in age. So the window clings won out on that. Next category is fun, and I really tried hard to find what their interests are and kind of go with that. Like I mentioned, our 18-year-old daughter loves horses, so she had actually chosen, can you see that, this horse pad? It goes underneath her saddle. She's definitely gonna be excited about this. This is what she does in her free time for fun, is riding her horse. So she's gonna be super pumped to have this saddle pad that she actually picked out. I got a hammock for our 16-year-old daughter. This is actually something that she asked for. Our place is surrounded with trees, and they love to just go outside and throw up a hammock. We spend a lot of time outdoors, and when the weather's nice, sometimes they'll do their schoolwork out there or just hang out with their friends or throw one up and camp for the night. This is something that she actually requested, and I know is going to be super excited about. My 14-year-old son definitely does not disappoint in the whole boy fun category. He is huge into airsoft. So this is an airsoft mask that he had asked for. He's going to be also really excited about this. This is what he likes to do in his free time with his friends. This is something that will not disappoint and something that was on his wish list. Our 9-year-old daughter also has her own pony, so I found her a purple grooming kit. She is going to flip out. Purple is her favorite color, and she loves brushing and grooming and taking care of her pony. I was really excited to find a purple grooming set. Now this fun gift for our 5-year-old is actually an idea that I got from Wendy. This is a wooden mix and match car set. So there are 3 cars, and if you look on the back, you can mix and match all those little pieces there. I think our 5-year-old son is really going to like this. And again, I think our 2-year-old is also going to enjoy this, and they can play that together. And it's going to be something that is lasting for years to come. For our 2-year-old, I found this bath set. So there is a fishing pole and all these fish that float in the bathtub, and he can go fishing. And like a lot of these gifts, I think it's something that our 5-year-old will also enjoy as well. So this is actually something I found, I believe, at an Amazon return store. If I can find it, I will definitely link that below. Create is our next category, and I really wanted to foster some of their interests. For our 2 oldest daughters that are 18 and 16, I got them both gift cards. The 18-year-old got one for the farm store, and our 16-year-old got one for Hobby Lobby. And the reason I did this is because our 18-year-old is giving horse riding lessons, and the farm store is going to have everything that she could ever need to kind of grow that business. And then our 16-year-old, like I mentioned before, is really into creating leather work, and she's also into watercolors and other forms of art like that. I wanted to give her a card so that she could go and pick up some of the supplies that she may need to kind of grow her business and her ability to be able to create. Now for our 14-year-old son, we got him a Dremel tool kit, and we are slowly adding to his collection of tools. So for his birthday, we got him a cordless drill. And so the next installment in his toolbox is going to be a Dremel tool. He is using those tools that we get him. So I really think that this is something that will be a lasting investment. Our 9-year-old daughter is really into writing letters back and forth to friends. So I found her this stationery kit, which I hope fosters that love of corresponding back and forth with friends. This stationery kit is going to allow her to create and have some new supplies to work with when sending stuff back and forth to friends. Okay, so the 5 and the 2-year-old, I kind of had to get creative on creating, and I wanted to create some space for them to imagine. And so I found 2 sets here that I think that they are really going to enjoy playing with together and to create all kinds of stories. I found this rescue center, so it has a fire truck and an ambulance, and I believe it's got there's a police car in there. So it makes all kinds of sounds, and it's a whole rescue center. So I can imagine they're going to create all kinds of stories while playing this. Now we are big deer hunters here, so I found a hunting set for them to play with. You've got your Jeep and your 4-wheeler and your guy and some deer, and they will definitely love recreating the hunting experiences that I know that they've heard about. And with these 2 together, I think that there's going to be a lot of creative imagination. We are almost to the end. Family is our next category, and I found a game that we can all do together. Have you ever heard of Tenzi? So I bought a set of 7 dice. I got the 77 ways to play Tenzi along with all these colored dice. So just about all of us can enjoy this game together. This is family friendly. It is fun. It is super easy. So I picked one game as the family gift. Now for these last 2 categories, you're going to have to use your imagination. I wanted something for our farm. So in the spring, we're going to let each of the children pick out a fruit tree so we can plant it here on our farm. So that is something that I don't have quite yet, but they're going to be super excited about this. So what I plan to do with this is present them with a gift certificate, and that will be something that they can anticipate, and that will just be a family outing that we can look forward to in the spring. The last category is something to eat. Again, use your imagination. Basically, I'm just going to go to the store and pick out some of their favorite foods and just kind of wrap those up to where they have their own special treats, just things that we don't get on a normal basis, but things that I know they really, really like. Hopefully, maybe this idea of creating some categories will give you the parameters and some boundaries to stay in when you are trying to figure out what to get your kids for Christmas. Now be sure and check out Wendy's video and that playlist because it is packed full of other mamas just like you and what they got their kids for Christmas. Let me know down in those comments how you like to make your Christmas wish list. And until the next video, I will chat with you down in those comments or over there on Instagram. Bye.